and he was in trouble all the time. His parents didn't know what to do with him. He was constantly getting in some kind of trouble. He was only 11 years old, and so his parents read in the paper that the Catholic priest at the church down the street had a real reputation for being able to help troubled boys. So they talked to him, and he said, well, why don't you have him come and spend 2 weeks with me around Christmas time, and I'll try to instill some wisdom into him. So they agreed to that. They got to the church that day, and they had a life-size nativity scene right there in the front of the church. There was the baby Jesus in the manger. There were the shepherds. There were the wise men. And there was Joseph and the Virgin Mary, life-size statues. And the boy was fascinated by that, thought that was the neatest thing he'd ever seen. Well, one of the days while he was staying there, the little boy walked up to the priest and he said, I want a bicycle for Christmas. Well, the priest thought, well, I'll use this as an opportunity to teach him something. So he said, why don't you go home and write a letter to Jesus and ask for a bicycle? So the little boy went back to his home, the room he was staying at there at the church, and he started to write a letter. Dear Jesus, I've been a good boy this year, and I want a bicycle for Christmas. Then he realized he wasn't writing a letter to Santa Claus. He was writing a letter to Jesus. And Jesus knew he hadn't been a good boy this year, so he tore up the letter and threw it in the garbage and started a new letter. It said, Dear Jesus, I've tried to be a good boy this year. And then he stopped and realized he hadn't even tried to be a good boy this year. So he tore up the letter, threw it in the garbage, left the room, went to the front of the church, jumped over the railing to where that life-size nativity scene was. He walked up, grabbed the statue of the Virgin Mary, put it under his arm, went back to his room, put it underneath his bed, and started a new letter. Dear Jesus, if you ever want to see your mother again, you better give me a bicycle for Christmas. Well, the reality is Christmas is the birthday of Jesus. And this is why we celebrate Christmas. It's not just a holiday. It is the greatest news this world ever had, that Jesus Christ came to save us. The birthday of a king.
Twas the birthday of a king. 'Twas a humble birthplace, but oh, how much
to say, Brett White, I'm very jealous of your mic. It's a very cool mic. I wish I had that. Now, are you guys enjoying yourselves so far? Come on, guys. Y'all can do better than that. Are you enjoying yourselves so far? Yes, you are. I'm sure you are because I am myself. Now, next up, we have